What's good, Fin Nation? What's good? It's your boy Reason, and I'm back here riding solo dolo tonight because this show's gonna be more about you guys. I'm gonna open it up because that show I had already told y'all about that. Me and EM we're gonna rock, either tonight or tomorrow. We're gonna rock it instead on Friday. It's gonna be a heavy weekend, guys. We're gonna go on live on Friday night with this special me and EM are working on, and then Saturday we're gonna come with that pregame show. Sunday, I'll be live for the whole game, prior to the game, after the game, and then Monday night, got another special lined up for y'all that's going to be strictly related to the game on Sunday. And then Tuesday is probably when you're going to get the post game, so it's going to be a busy 5 days on the channel. So yeah, a little slow right now, but it's about to pick up big time, guys. So tonight's really going to be about all y'all, but we're going to go over a few things before we get into that. Speaking of it about being about all y'all, I'm going to drop the StreamYard link for everyone who wants to be a part of tonight's broadcast. Come on. We'll chop it up. We'll talk about the whole X thing. We'll talk about your excitement about Tua because it's getting closer, guys. Every minute ekes by, we get closer to the debut. Well, I should say the first NFL start for Tua Tagovailoa. So I can't wait. I'm excited. I know a bunch of you guys are excited too. So, yeah. So there's that link. I'll drop that for y'all. What's going on, Javon? How you doing, Derek? How you doing, Chris Solo? How's it going, Tony T? I'm gonna give all y'all your shout outs right now. Y'all are piling in, already 60 in the room. Jeff Premon, how you doing? Jay Bleezy, what's going on? Samuel Lewis, Red Dino, Tommy Brinkley, Justin, what's good, homie? Still waiting on that package. It just arrived at a facility I think I just checked before we went live, and an hour and 20 minutes ago, it arrived. Shout out to Justin's Pro Football Scouting Analysis. That man, he also sells jerseys, guys, stitched jerseys, and he saw what I was going through with the whole Fanatics thing, and he saw me complain to Fanatics and basically get a bunch of love from Dolphin fans to the point where Fanatics actually ended up hitting me up, but he hooked your boy up with a Tua jersey that should be here probably tomorrow. And if it checked into a facility and it's already crossed the border at Vancouver and it's checked into a facility, that means it's probably checked into my local one, so it should come out tomorrow. Shout out to Vickin, Toonstone, Tommy Brinkley. So hit him up if y'all want that stitched good on the low. What's up to Very Tired at Doing This? Love that. How's everyone doing tonight? Hope everyone's good. John, how's it going? Josh Valencia. You know what, Josh? I'm going to disagree with you. The way X has been playing this year, he's worth a first. Now, had he not been playing the way this year that he's been playing, I would agree with you heading into the year. Bill Clinton, what's good? Roni, what's good? Seth, Sean Tunsil, what's going on, homie? How you doing? No Face, STK, SJ20193. Preston sounded like he's excited. All of them do. Nico, what's good, homie? How you doing, fam? Join us tonight. Same thing with Infinite Trauma, wherever you're at. Join us tonight. Roderick, what's going on, buddy? How you doing? D Marino, King Drizzy 23. What's going on? What's going on, Tuni Yusawa? I hope I didn't butcher your last name. Nico, man, I wish. You know what, Nico? If you come backstage, I'll share something with you when I end the stream, okay? If you come backstage. If not, I'll hit you up on Twitter. You got to see something. It'll interest you, bro. EM hasn't even seen it. Brandon Hudgens, what's going on? How you doing? All right. So 69 in the room. Nice. Sharif, what's going on? Tommy Brinkley, what's going on? 69 in the room. Nice. Appreciate you, Chris. All right, you know what? I was going to open up. You know what? Okay, guys, I see I got a couple backstage. You just give me 1 second. What's going up, Logan? Logan, join tonight if you got a chance, brother. You know I was loving you happen. Just jump to 80. So I got a couple already backstage. I'll drop the link again. I'll probably pin it would probably be the best idea. Let me do that. And I want to give you all opening thoughts before I bring a couple people on about this whole X thing, because it's ridiculous. Like, people just take stuff and run with it. It's unbelievable. It's getting to the point where people are clearly more concerned with about being right in the long run, and not what's best for this team and what's best for keeping all of y'all informed. And I mean, it is what it is. What can you say? I mean, so I wish the homie was here, but I know he's out there grinding, getting that paper right now. So I'll handle it. It's straight buffoonery. Like, I mean, I really don't know what else to say. So right now, I pinned the StreamYard. Once you enter, it should be at the top of the live chat. I don't know how it works for mobile, but it is for desktop. So hopefully y'all see it. I'll drop it here and there as I remember to. But anyways, let's hop into this X thing, because this is obviously a lot of people are interested on this whole issue. So what's going on, JDM? What's going on, Yawa? What's going on, Kieran? How you doing? Okay, so first of all, Omar Kelly. I like Omar Kelly. I didn't like the one incident during training camp where he left. It was something about Tua. Maybe other people will remember. I won't, but you can go back, because a hater of this channel tried to put me on blast for it or whatever. And I was like, okay. But anyways, that was the only issue I've really had with Omar. He left something out in regards to Tua that everyone else was talking about, and it kind of helped Omar paint a narrative of Tua struggling in the first couple of days. But if you included whatever it was he left in that I kind of went on a little rant about, it kind of flipped that narrative a little bit. So I didn't appreciate that. Other than that, I know a lot of people hate Omar. It might be for the same some of it is maybe for the same reason that I'm not everyone's taste, in terms of I'm very straightforward, I'm very blunt, I'm very in your face, and that's just how I am. Like, what you see on YouTube is what you get in real life. You know what I mean? I'm like that. I've always been like that. And since I've been younger, and people who have had issues with it and it's gone toe to toe, I've never had a problem with it. That's why I'm 35 years old and I still am the way I am, even though people have had problems with it before in real life, not on YouTube, and people who can actually do something about it, but ended up not doing anything about it. All right, let's just leave it at that. So I get Omar. He's very, he's not everyone's taste. I get that aspect of him. Now, do I fault Omar for hearing something for that was probably a source? No, because sources are wrong all the time. Sources are wrong all the time. Things change, right? Now, was it a bad look to not really research, double check, and do a little bit more homework instead of running out and doing an article? 110%. Was I not a fan of what Omar said on the last X's and Omar? 110% when he talked about Tua being Carson Wentz. You want to know something? There's 100 people in the room. I've been in the X's and Omar live chats with this channel. This week, Rhino was in it. Todd was in it. Last week when they did X's and Omar. Okay. I was talking to everyone, and I've never had a problem. The week prior to that, I kind of had a problem. My comments were disappearing, but then they were reappearing, and me and EM were kind of watching it. He was watching it from his account because he stays in there too. Sorry, this is just a little side story. Anyways, and I'm just as transparent as it comes to you guys. I don't hide. So anyways, my word, everyone, all right? This week, Rhino's there, Todd's there, Pyro's there, EM's there. All the homies are there. So I start talking about Eric Rowe. I start talking about, no one's responding to me. But everyone's like, I think Rhino said at one point, they need to put EM as the host of this show, taking his jabs at Omar, because Rhino just hammers Omar in the comments. But no one was responding to me. So I was like, what? So any one of y'all who are the OGs who have been around since I was on the other platform, y'all remember I used to rock Reason 13, okay? So I hopped over to my Reason 13 channel, okay? I go into the chat, and none of my Finside the NFL comments are there. They blocked me. They blocked the Finside the NFL chat. And I've been in there for like 3 or 4 shows previously with it. All I've ever done, I've never been derogatory. I've never once attacked Omar or Dave Hyde. I've never done anything. I've never attacked anyone in the chat because I have all the idiots blocked, so I don't got to see that nonsense. So it doesn't even affect my day, so I can keep it rolling. So I've never even had an issue. And the Finside the NFL account is blocked. And shout out to the Sun Sentinel, because that means either we're a threat or that means you just don't like what I'm saying in there because I'm educating people and you think I'm going to get subscribers off you when, guys, my film analysis, my top 25, I got almost 30 subscribers off. I don't need you, Sun Sentinel, to get subscribers. So shout out for y'all for blocking me for some reason. And it's not Omar and it's not Dave Hyde, because if anyone knows anything about YouTube, you could basically give, like, I could stream right now from a program and I could give, say, Rhino, the Finside the NFL info. He could go over on YouTube and he could basically sit in the logged into my YouTube account watching all of you guys talk in the YouTube and just be my moderator. So I think it's some intern or someone at YouTube. And if it is Omar, I mean, shout out to you, Omar. I got no hate or anything like that, but like, I don't know what the deal is with that. So I mean, it is what it is, because I can still educate people with Reason 13, and I'll plug my channel, tell y'all want to hit me with the hammer, though, I guess. But, like, I don't know. That's kind of shady. Anyways, back to Omar. You know, not double checking your sources. I mean, I've told all of you guys, when I went to college the first time around, when I did what I did as a backup, you know, I took journalism, okay? And you know, I did 2 years out of a 3-year course. And one of the things that was stressed in every course, like every individual course inside of that, you know, even down to editing, was double check your sources. You know what I mean? In terms of, like, don't call them again and say, hey, you know, are you sure? No, like, follow up, you know, like, ask around. Don't just take your source's word and run with it. But sources are wrong all the time. The thing that don't look good for Omar is the organization basically put him on blast and dragged him. That's not good. And if anyone sits in on the, like, especially with Tua, like, you know, it's you know, if anyone sits on that, in on those Zooms, like, you know, you could tell Omar has rubbed certain people in the organization the wrong way. But I think it's just because he's straightforward. He's just honest, and, you know, he's honest to a fault. And I'm honest to a fault to an extent. So I understand that. I don't hold that against him. You know, I say things some of you guys who really like me don't agree with. You know, I say things, some of y'all haters, well, I say a lot of things all of y'all haters find a reason to hate. You know, there's some of you who used to say we were the best podcast out, and then because I didn't let nonsense fly, all of a sudden we don't know what we're talking about when it's football, when if my film analysis and these videos haven't proven that I know what I'm talking about, then I can't help you. You're just a hater, bro. So you know, I get that, you know, and I get, you know, he's got a little bit of his controversial, his opinions can be controversial because he has no filter. I get that. That's cool. You know, and he says stuff I don't agree with, just like I'm sure if you ever heard me, I would say stuff he doesn't agree with. That's human nature. It is what it is. I'm not going to drag Omar Kelly. It's not my job to drag Omar Kelly, because I actually respect his brutal honesty. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, I can relate to that. I don't hold that against Omar Kelly. And I know, in terms of me telling y'all what I was telling y'all about the Sun Sentinel and Finside the NFL, I know that's probably some little skinny intern that just hit that, oh, look at these guys, and just, like, hit me. So it's all good. I'm not holding that against him or Dave Hyde. It is what it is. But, you know, doesn't look good when the organization drags you. And so let's dive into X now. That's my little thoughts on Omar. As far as X, you know, if you go back to the preseason, what did I tell each and every one of you? I said, I gave y'all 2 roads. I said, if he looks like the X of 2018 before the injuries, Pro Bowl X, bro, you don't even think about trading that man. right? But I said if he's a shell of himself and he's banged up and he doesn't look like he's going to fully recover and it's a chronic knee issue for real, like you can move off him. But I actually said move off him after this year. See what you got with the two of them. But at the level he's playing at, and then Byron Jones coming back healthy, I'm sorry, man. And I think this is just misinterpreted because it's a GM's job to pick up the phone. That's part of your job. Like, that's part of your criteria. Even if it's a ridiculously low ball offer, even if it's a ridiculously high offer, and you don't want to trade the player because you just drafted him, a la, I don't know, a quarterback on some team, you still feel the call. That's part of your job. So I'm sure there's been calls on X because of how good our secondary is playing, how much money's there. But this is what I said to a ball game. And this is why they're in no rush. X's contract was signed for 5 years in 2019. Okay, you do the math, that ends in 2024. Okay. I think what is he, like 28 right now? He's going to be 28. So he'd be like 32, right? 31, 32. Anyways, that contract lines up with Noah's about to go into his option year, his 5th year, because he's a first round pick. So that's why taking him at 30 was actually a smart move, because you don't have to pay him till the 5th year. Well, I mean, you don't have to pay him till the 6th year, but you got that 5th year on a cheap salary, right? To a 4th year going option year. Austin Jackson 4th into 5th option year. And then everyone else you drafted from this year, you'll be able to re-up whoever you want outside of the first round that's worth the re-up. So it's actually also part of the plan that I've been saying too. Line everything up right now with the end of either this draft class 4th year or next year's 4th year, which would be the end of this year's option year. So, you got to ride X out until you start seeing a dip or something like that, because that secondary is the heart and soul of this defense right now. The front seven could very well have potential to be, but it's so banged up and guys are coming in and out that, we're not going to see it at its max potential. Right now, Bobby McCain's playing better. Eric Rose playing as good as he was playing last year, but even better. He gets better with every game. He's probably been our most consistent player. So, yeah, you don't really want to mix with that chemistry. That secondary is one of the main reasons. I mean, go look at the San Francisco 49ers again this past week. And our secondary ate Jimmy G alive. Wasn't even close. Our secondary, really, for the most part, it held Russell Wilson in check. And again, you can make the argument Russell Wilson, top 3 player in the world right now. And it held him in check. Legit. Other than Noah. If we had Byron and not Noah, and Noah was actually good for like 95% of the game. It was just those 5% with those like 2 bonehead plays. If we had Byron, those bonehead plays get wiped out. Now, Tyler Lockett's still a playmaker. Y'all know how much I love Tyler Lockett. But, I mean, think about that for a sec. Like, Byron's there, and all of a sudden, Tyler Lockett, those bonehead plays get wiped out, and Russell Wilson has an even worse day at the office. So, right now, they're not going to... Flores is okay, we can all agree Flores, Greer are very smart individuals. They're picking up the phone because that's their job. And you know what the job of the other GMs that cornerback needy teams are in the NFL? To call teams with a plethora of cornerbacks. Like, I guarantee you they fielded calls on Nick Needham. 110%. But because of the way they're using him in the slot this year, he's vital. So I don't think they're going to make that move either. So, I mean, now if someone comes with like 2 first, if we get the Tunsil treatment, yes, a 28-year-old corner, you're going to discuss that. But if that trade happens, as happy as I hope everyone is with the first round picks, I want y'all to realize we're going back to Noah. We're going back from mirroring wide receivers in their routes and not getting rubbed out on crossing routes to now you're getting rubbed out on crossing routes and Noah's chasing the play more than a Byron or an X is mirroring a guy. So we're going to have struggles, so, it's a give and take. And right now, I'm in the belief of if they make this move to Tua, not only do I believe it was part of their plan, I believe, if they weren't comfortable enough with his development and where he was in practice, they wouldn't have made the change from top to bottom. And they're in the thick of the playoff race. You're in the thick of the playoff race. You're not going to trade. You're not going to trade. You're arguably, one of your top defensive players right now this season. And it's not arguable, the leading interception getter in the NFL right now. You could trade him in the middle of your run. He's one of the reasons this thing's turned around. What are you going to trade him? Come on. I mean, let's use what? Logic and what, guys? Reason. Holla at your boy. Like, come on, man. They're not going to trade. It's just a matter of their fielding calls. Communication probably got tied up. It got reported. Now some people want to run with it and say, because they're more worried about being right than the actual overall success of the team this year. Come on, man. We're one game out of. Listen to me. Right now, the Bills are starting to look human. The Jets are still coached, God knows why or how, by Adam Gase. And Cam Newton is who I told y'all he would be. And we are now how many games in? Everyone tried to jump on me after game one because it happened against us. How's it been since then? Cam Newton is trash. Trash. Okay? I saw a stat today. What was it? I think Tom Brady's thrown for what? 12 or 15 touchdowns. All the Patriots quarterbacks combined that have played this year have thrown for 3. Cam Newton's garbage, people. I told y'all he was garbage. Y'all didn't want to. Some of y'all didn't want to believe me. I told y'all 2018 was so successful because of North Turner and McCaffrey. Some of y'all didn't want to believe me, and here we are. Cam Newton is done. The dynasty is over. All hail Phil inside the NFL and the Miami Dolphins. Don't know what else to tell you. Okay? It's a wrap. It's a wrap. Belichick looking around like, God damn. And now they're possibly trading Stephon Gilmore. And that's actually legitimate. That's not Xavien Howard talk. That's legitimate that they're actually trying to trade Xavien Howard. I'm sorry, Stephon Gilmore. So, Stephon Gilmore is not garbage. Stephon Gilmore is an absolute stud. And at the rate they're going, trading Stephon Gilmore, good luck to them. It's a full reboot if that happens. And yes, I'm sorry. Cam is garbagito, okay? Sorry, bro. Throw him in the trash can. Find the closest one. Roll him up like a ball of paper. Don't even straight shot it. Hook shot that bitch because it's going right in. He's done. They need receivers, bro. Let me tell you all this. Brady with that same receiving core and Brady with all the same weapons minus Damian Harris. He had him out of the playoff team with that defense. Just saying. Cam, no bueno, Cam. That's it. It's a wrap. All right, and Aaron Rodgers made Devontae Adams, and even when Devontae Adams be out, Aaron Rodgers out here looking like a stud. So I don't want to hear that. It's because he ain't mid-20s Cam. His body can't do what he used to do, man. And he can't depend on his body the way he used to depend on his body. All right, but that's my rant on that. Like that whole X stuff, man, guys. Come on. He ain't going nowhere. Playing at the way he's playing right now, no, sir. Not happening. Not right now. We're looking to upgrade right now, guys. We're not looking to create another hole. This team actually thinks they can make the playoffs. Let's be honest with ourselves, right? Derek, Rhino, what's good, boys?
What's going
What's up,
on?
guys?
How you doing, guys?
I'm doing good, man. Just enjoying this cooler weather we're having.
Yeah, I feel you, bro. It's 4 degrees Celsius out in Canada right now. It's
Oh
pretty
no, it
cold.
ain't that cold, but
It's cold, bro. It's cold.
nah.
So,
I
yo,
don't know.
like, what are you guys thinking about this whole? Because I know some people are trying to run with it, but like, it's
I just,
you know
I just,
the
sorry.
Dolphins dragged Omar pretty hard. I've never seen them press release, and the worst thing about it, they did it to other publications. They didn't put their own release. They like hit up like Barry Jackson, Joe Shad. They hit up everyone and said, "Yo, this ain't working." So
Yeah, I was surprised with their statement. I was like, oh, okay, they like pretty much put them on blast. But when I first heard about the rumors, I just shook my head because I just thought, well, I didn't think that they would trade him unless they did do the Laramie Tunsil route and offer a ridiculous amount. But
yeah,
I just didn't see, I didn't see them shopping him. Unless but I mean, there of course, like you said, you know, GM's job is to answer phones. So I
you
mean,
know.
everyone has a price tag on 'em if you think about it.
And then that's the thing, Derek. Me and Ball Game had this conversation earlier, and maybe you guys will agree with me. That's a narrative in every sport. Unless you just drafted the guy like number 1 or number 5 or number 10, if it's like a first round investment you just made,
Hmm.
usually everyone, or they're like the franchise quarterback, the franchise guard if you're in basketball, the franchise center if you're in hockey, whatever the case may be, you know, those guys are usually off the table, right? But
Hmm.
like it's usually only like 3, 4 guys on whatever, and even it's even smaller basketball because the rosters are less. But it's usually like 3 or 4 guys on like a hockey team, on a football team, even on a baseball team that and I'm not talking about like prospects in the minor system that like you
Hmm.
can't touch. You know what I mean? Like, but everyone else they'll have a conversation with you about because that's their
Yeah.
job, right? Like that's pretty much every sport and every team.
Yeah. Exactly. Especially in football, I don't think anyone is untouchable because you've seen. I think the thing that comes to my mind is like the when the Cowboys traded Herschel Walker and got all those picks.
Yeah.
It's just you got to do what you got to do. No one's totally untouchable, especially if you got somebody waiting in the wings that you could throw in there.
Yeah. Rhino, what are your thoughts, bro?
Well, first of all, I'm not surprised by Omar. Omar is Omar. Omar does Omar things. My opinion of him just totally dropped 8 years ago when he's talking about what happened at training camp. And then his other reporters, his so-called peers, post pictures of him at that very camp asleep. Okay.
I know you bring it up every time. You love
and they do it for a year or two after that. So I have no real affinity for Omar. I don't really dislike him. I think he's entertaining.
And Rhino, you were there on that stream. We realized I was
Yes, sir.
blocked. Bro,
Yes.
those thumbs down when he said what he said about Tua at the end, bro, they started piling up, bro. Like
even Pyro. And Pyro's like,
yo, you guys are going back and forth the whole show.
Yes.
Then he says that about Tua, and Pyro just goes like dead silent, bro.
Pyro goes, what the hell?
Yeah. Oh my god, bro.
But he has, this is my personal feeling, he has this picture in his head that he can end up on ESPN if he gives the hot take of a lifetime. That's how I see Omar. It's about clicks. And he did. It worked. Everyone's talking about Omar today. Okay. And my thing is, it wouldn't surprise me if they traded Howard. It would have to be a Tunsil treatment. But it would also surprise me too, because the way I look at it, Howard X is a key to Tua playing well on offense. We need to have our defense playing well.
Agreed.
And for you to remove it would have to be Tunsil situation, because.
And I don't think a team's going to give up 2 firsts.
Is that enough? Because he has a contract.
For 2
this
firsts,
is not like
yeah.
This is not like Tunsil. Tunsil didn't have a contract. X has a contract.
I'll take 2 firsts for 15 million.
Yeah, I would say 2 firsts.
But at the same time, we look like we want to make the playoffs this season. I think you need him to make the playoffs.
Or bare minimum, give him an opportunity to start his career off in the best way. And to do that is to have a great defense helping him.
And here's my thing. With the way Noah's played so far, and now look at your depth. Okay, now you get 2 first-round picks. There's a realistic possibility that they're going to have to end up drafting a guy like, because now we got 3 firsts next year. They'll watch them take a guy like Patrick Surtain II, or a Caleb Farley, someone like that.
Stingley
like what?
Gonna be available next year?
I'm sorry, who?
Stingley.
This is his sophomore. This is his sophomore season, so he'll be next year. Yeah, next year he will be. Yeah. Okay. But now you got 3 in the first. Watch them now. Now all of a sudden you're using one of those to fill the spot you just created.
That's the thing. Yeah.
And like I said, he's got 4 years left, including this year, right? Look at what I just said about all these new guys we drafted, their contracts. Right? They're all the guys outside the first round will be ending at the end of his contract. And the guys in the first round, like Tua, Austin Jackson, and Noah, they'll all be going into their 5th option year on a cheap contract. So it makes sense financially to kind of ride it out too. We're not in a rush.
Didn't they already pay him all of his guaranteed money too?
Most of it, I think.
Yeah, I think it's after this season he becomes a pretty low dead cap hit, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if he starts to like seriously lose a step, I would consider it. But I want to cover this because I'm going to answer you, Philip, in a second. Would I trade a 2nd round or 3rd round for Michael Thomas? Yes, but it's going to take more than that, bro. Philip Campbell, and that'd be interesting with him and Devontae in the same room. Philip says, hey, Reason, what was it that Omar said? Okay, so I have it up here, guys. So if you weren't around today, if you didn't see what happened, basically Omar Kelly put out this article about 6-7 hours ago, and it says Miami Dolphins exploring trade offers for cornerback Xavien Howard. And he just goes in about how they're, he's edited the article. That's why I'm not going to show you the article. He's edited it since the Dolphins came out and disputed it. So that's why I'm not going to show you it, okay?
Did it start off by saying exploring trade offers, or did he edit the title?
No, it's no, you can't edit Twitter. So
that's the way that, okay.
Yeah. So and exploring doesn't mean they're trying, this is different if it says Miami Dolphins shopping.
Yeah.
Not exploring. Exploring can be anything. That's so vague. Like,
I pick up the phone. That's exploring.
Yeah, that's exploring, bro. Because hey, Rhino, call me. Ready? Call me. Go ring.
No reason, I'm very interested in a few players on your team. Can we talk?
Rhino, I would like to explore what you'd be willing to offer. Let's have a chat. Now I'm exploring, okay? Like, that's how easy it is. Even if in the back of my mind is saying, yo, I don't want, like, let's say Rhino says X, in the back of my mind saying, okay, say X.
I'm looking to take X, Miami Dolphins. I'm very interested in his play.
What would you be willing to offer? And as I ask that, I'm saying, I don't want to trade this guy in the back of my head. I just want to hear.
Well, I would like to get your opinion of that. What do you think is a fair offer? And it just goes like that on and on.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah. and then we talk about what we had for lunch. And then
how's the wife?
Know what I mean? How's the wife, bro? How's the side piece? How's everything? You know what I mean? It turns into this whole conversation, bro. So, and if you're on the Patriots, I'm asking, what's the latest massage parlor Bob's been visiting, and et cetera,
Russian or North Korean?
Yeah. So anyway, guys, that's what Omar said. And then basically it came out right after that from Barry Jackson. And not too long after, Barry Jackson, about an hour later, said, if you read along right here, guys, Dolphins to me, the report in the South Florida Sun Sentinel
to me
is factually inaccurate and based on rumors. The paper practiced poor journalism by not reaching out to the team for comment or the chance to respond to the story. We are not exploring any trades regarding Xavien Howard. Then Barry Jackson followed that up and said, for perspective on this, Adam Beasley and I were told this morning that a couple teams have inquired about Xavien. We spoke to the team and chose not to report until a fuller picture and details emerged about the likelihood of him actually being traded. And then check out Safid Dean, guys. I don't know whether he was like taking a jab and being sarcastic or whether he was actually being serious, because Barry Jackson went on to say even more about it. And I guess these guys at the Sun Sentinel were watching, and Barry Jackson said, here's nuance and coverage today, and I think highly of Sentinel guys. Multiple publications got tips that Dolphins got calls on Howard. We waited a couple hours to try and determine likelihood of deal and Finn's willingness. Greer doesn't hang up on anybody, listens to everything. Safid Dean, all I ever wanted was Barry's approval.
Yeah,
Laughing
which
face.
way.
Yeah, so I think you can take that any way you want, but like it's I mean,
Man,
there's nothing to it, guys.
Awkward.
Awkward, yo. And they're already kind of awkward because if you watched
it's awkward from the beginning.
If you watched when Tua was on, he knows Safid Dean loves him, so he's kind of like really good with Safid. With Omar, it's kind of like, yo, what's going on, Omar? You know what I mean? But even Flo's good with Omar. Flo teases Omar. Flo's pretty good with him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm just excited. I want to see what tomorrow's gonna be like, because I was like, man, I could just imagine how that's gonna go.
I'd say reason. It wouldn't surprise me if they did trade him. It wouldn't surprise me at all, because this team, what I like is they'll do what's best. And of course, I'm talking about a great offer. So,
okay, we're gonna swap him for Stephon Gilmore.
Wow. Well, that would never happen either way. I mean, Belichick would never do that.
I know. I'm just teasing.
Yeah, but that would be like, whoa.
How's it going, Nico? What's up, brother?
What's going on?
Nico,
how you doing?
Nothing much. Just watching the Xavien Howard news just fill my feed.
Bro, I got to get your thoughts on that, bro. Because I know you've been around for a minute. You've been around since we used to go back and forth on other platforms with other people about this whole X thing, bro.
Yeah. So I was in Havoc stream when the first Omar Kelly tweet came out in the Sun Sentinel.
Yeah.
And I was like, everyone was commenting about it. I was like, you should take it with a grain of salt. You know, Omar Kelly is known to embellish things a little. So, and then it didn't surprise me at all. Then Adam Beasley tweeted out a text from the Miami Dolphins organization basically saying what Barry said. So, and then it kind of just confirmed that Omar and the Sun Sentinel don't really know what they're doing.
Yeah.
I hate to be mean about it, but I don't know.
Yeah, because I don't think this one's, what's the thing about, what's brutal about this? Flores and them were already pissed off about the leak, even though it came from Lee Steinberg's office. This isn't going to sit well. Because here's the thing. Even if there's nothing to it, you're creating unwanted friction, because now Xavien X and his agent have to look into the legitimacy of it. You know what I mean? And you can create unrest. It's like, whether it's what's been the goal of the national media and the local media these 2 weeks we've been on a bye? Let's kill the momentum and create unrest in that locker room, whether it's over a cornerback. Apparently there's no substantial evidence to prove that we were shopping him, and then there's no substantial evidence of dissent in the locker room, but everyone's trying to paint these narratives to throw us off the rail here heading into this game with the Rams, and it's ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
It's starting to piss me off, to be quite honest with you.
I mean, their job is to.
No, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, Rhino. 3 freaking weeks ago, why isn't Tua starting? Tua should be starting. Now Tua is starting. Oh, the media gets what they want, and then they start choose a side, man.
This is where a real reporter.
People
Go ahead. I'm
picking
sorry.
it apart, saying that it's too early. I'm like, but just a minute ago, you guys were saying that we should be starting Tua. So which one do you guys want us to do?
Bro, no, like, here's the thing. At least you can, even if we're wrong, at least on Finside the NFL, we're consistent, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we don't sit on the fence. We don't try and flip-flop between both sides. We are consistent with our takes, man.
Well, I actually have a question for you. You probably addressed it in the earlier stream. What are your expectations of him in this game?
200 yards, give me a 60% or better clip at completion percentage. Give me a touchdown and just give me 0 overall turnovers.
Efficiency.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because you know what the problem is too, and I'll give you even better.
Mm-hmm.
And some of y'all are gonna hate it. If he goes 5-5, do you know how happy I'll be?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Go look at everyone else right now. They ain't giving you 5-5, and Herbert's got arguably, just as well rounded as a team as Tua's gonna get.
Yep.
And it took them, and everyone's wiling out and busting nuts over Herbert last week. He beat the Jaguars. Do you remember what Fitz looked like against the Jaguars? That was one of his Pro Bowl performances this year. Give me a break. He only had to throw the ball. He only had to have 18 completion. What was it? 20 completions on 22 throws, and we beat them. And he didn't even have to throw for 300 yards, and we blew them out. So come on, man. Like here, you know what really, you want to know what really impressed me about Burrow and let me know Burrow's the real deal? See how badly he's been beat up, badly he's beat up all season. Then he goes and gets his ass whipped on both sides of the ball. That team gets their ass handed to them by Baltimore, and this guy comes out and takes Cleveland to the brink in a high game. And again, all these people who wanted OBJ, remember what I was telling everyone? They need to get rid of OBJ and let Jarvis be the alpha and roll. OBJ goes down early. How good did Baker look on the weekend?
Look great.
Just saying, because now he wasn't forced. Because I told y'all, the great thing, the blessed thing about a guy like Preston or DVP or even Gesicki, they don't demand the ball. When you got a rookie quarterback, sophomore quarterback, that can stunt their growth because it's always in the back of their mind. I got to target this guy 10, 12 times. Now he goes down and look at how he's spreading out the ball. Everyone's picking up Rashad Higgins this week or Huggins or whatever his name is in fantasy because he started spreading out the ball, man. And he threw for 5 touchdowns and had clearly his best performance since his rookie year. So, I mean, but that was impressive about Burrow. Look at how big he bounced back this week in the game he had after getting the absolute snot kicked out of him against Baltimore, bro. That's what, like, has Herbert even faced a good defense yet? Like, okay, they got Marshawn Lattimore and a few good pieces, but are they a good defense? No, they're okay in New Orleans. They're not good. You know what? You know what's going to be poetic, and you know what's going to be the best part of this whole Herbert experience? And all these people who want to question, did we take the wrong quarterback? When Herbert has to face our defense, you know how poetic, you know how ironic it's going to be when he struggles against our secondary and Tua goes off and beats the Chargers? Holla at me, because that's going to be a beautiful thing to watch. And I'm just going to be sitting back saying, I told y'all so.
Yeah.
No.
That would be sweet.
Because even against the Jaguars, a couple times they forced him to make anticipatory throws and he made bad throws. He's not perfect. Like me and Ballgame again had this conversation earlier. We had like an hour and a half conversation earlier, and you can tell how simplified that playbook is for him. It's very, very dumbed down route trees. It's very, very dumbed down for Justin Herbert. It's all simple. All they're trying to do is highlight his arm strength and his mobility. That's all they're trying to do. Keep it simple and highlight those two things, and that's what they're able to do right now. So
he makes 0 adjustments at the line
because that's not his game. You know what I mean, right?
They just call the play and go.
Yeah, you know what it is, Nico. That's never been his game, right?
No.
So he's just learning how to come on his center, right? So shout out to the great Fins fan for the $5 donation. Says shout out to Finside. So what do you think your asking price for X reason? What's good, Rhino Sith? my what's going on, Justin, bro? My asking price to sit at the table. We gotta talk with two first to have the conversation, but I don't know if I want to trade him, man. I can make a listen. Another accolade I think he could be able to pull off. Now, my expectation is 5-5. You all know me. I set my bar low because then I'm pleasantly surprised. I don't set my bar high. I've learned, I've been a Dolphin fan since I was born. You know what I mean? I've went through the 90s. I went through the 2000s. I went through the 2010s. Here I am. I've learned to put my expectations to a tempered level. And, I've been through the 1-15 season. I was there for I watched Dan Marino's last game in the NFL with one of the few games my mom and her stepdad sat through the full game, and it was one of the most painful experiences for me as a sports fan. Like I've been there, and if we can get this rookie quarterback, let me tell you, if we can get this rookie quarterback to the playoffs,
Oh man.
do you realize what that'll do for his confidence? And do you realize that'll do for all of us who told y'all so when we drafted him?
That's right.
I got to be selfish a little bit on this one. That'll be kind of beautiful.
To a train.
But that'll be a good thing for the franchise, man. That'll be, we'll be in a better position going into the draft and free agency. We've only got a few holes, right?
And he gets playoff experience his first year.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy.
Which worries me because, it's a different game in the playoffs.
Though a lot of people think we will definitely lose if we do get there first round as usual, which is slightly understandable, but better that than not, right?
Yeah, just to get there.
Yeah.
But then there'll be those pessimists. Well, you could have lost and got a better draft pick.
No, I think we're going to make it.
Let's just applause for the Texans once again.
Well, and you know what it does? It sets a bar for this young team.
Oh yeah, bars.
Now you set. Well, you can say the expectations are set, but the bar is not set because the bar that's been set in this Flores era is a 5-win season, right? So, I think we're obviously going to beat that. God help me if we don't, because that'll be bad news.
And Burrow and Herbert is going to really be pissed if Tua makes it to the playoffs. Because damn.
Yeah, but Burrow don't stand a chance with that. No. That offense and
that team's a mess.
That team's terrible. So, I mean, I'll tell you right now, if Burrow was on the Miami Dolphins,
balling.
Yeah, he'd be balling right now.
Same goes for Herbert too, man. We just have a better overall team than both of those squads. Apparently.
Hold on. We
can damn near put whoa.
The Chargers are stacked, bro.
Yeah, they're loaded.
Their offensive line is stacked. They got Hunter Henry. You got Mike Williams. You got Keenan Allen, one of the most consistent receivers. Eckler's out, and you still got Joshua Kelly and Justin Jackson stepping up and doing anything. You got a defense that's stacked and just missing Derwin James, but they're stacked. Other than that,
I'm aware.
They're stacked.
Third down receiver in the league. I'm aware of that.
Yeah, they're stacked, bro.
They're not finishing games, bro. I mean, maybe that's a coaching thing. Who knows? Whatever it is, they're not winning for some reason, and whatever. Best luck to them. I prefer to focus on Miami for the most part, so I don't know too many stats about other teams. But I will like to give a shout out to the 49ers, shout out to the Jets, and a shout out to the Jaguars, and a special upcoming shout out to the Los Angeles Rams, because some people think we cannot win that game, and I am here to differ. I'm sure you guys agree. We got 2 weeks to prepare for Aaron Donald, which people are terrified of for some reason. I think they'll get that situation taken care of, and we don't really have nothing to worry about.
I don't know, man. That right side of the line was very poor in our last game. Robert Hunt was it's not a coincidence. I've taken it from a guy who's watched the All 22 a couple times in that game. No, you can't. Yeah, but you can't ask that for a rookie, bro. You can't.
You got no choice. You got no choice.
Yeah, but that's another pressure situation to put on a rookie who's learning as he's going.
Rolling pockets like we did a lot with Tannehill because we had to, right? So just apply the same thing. And a lot of people like to compare this guy to Russell Wilson, right? So usually the guy has 9 guys on the whole line to get some extra protection going on there. So again, why not
You can't run. Yeah, but you can't. And my show on Friday will prove why you can't run max protect for the majority of what you're trying to do. And as someone who's watched the All 22 multiple times, Robert Hunt, it is not a coincidence why Solomon Kinley had his worst game of the season with Robert Hunt next to him. So it's going to be a problem. You got a guy who was just going in to last night's game. He had 36 pressures and 8 sacks before last night. So it's going to be an issue, 110%. It's a matter of how big of an issue it's going to be.
Agreed. I also agree with that.
All day long.
That's what your thing is. So I agree, Josh. $2 donation. No team will trade 2 firsts for X. He's too old right now, I think.
Okay, guys, I got a question about this situation because I didn't know. I had no idea.
Hold on a sec, bro. Justin was starting to talk. Go ahead, Justin.
Go ahead. I got a delay,
I think. Donald all day long. It's going to free up everybody else along the defensive line for the Rams.
Yeah.
But if we can somehow, some way, just maybe chip him at the line of scrimmage with either a tight end or a running back, and then on other plays where maybe we have to single him up, that's when you'll see Smythe come in and help out.
Yeah.
But Kindly's going to have to help out Hunt as well. They're going to have to help each other, and the communication's going to have to be crisp.
And that's if you notice, because I know you watched the All 22, you saw that was the main issue. The communication with Hunt, it was absolute trash, bro. Good. Hunt, that as weak of a link as Jesse Davis has been, no problems on communication when Kinley arcs his man out wide and Jesse Davis picks him up, et cetera, et cetera. And the thing is, right now, the problem you're going to have now is if that communication ain't good and stunts and twists start coming that side, basically Greg Williams, he just laid the blueprint. And until, like Richmond Webb said, he just laid the blueprint. And until you can prove you can beat it, that blueprint is going to be used and used and used. And the problem right now is, like you mentioned, you got guys like Michael Brockers across that line, and here's something I want to tell you, Justin. You know what I would do? Throw some cuts, bro.
Yes.
Start cutting him early and often, make him worry about his knees and his ankles, and that's getting his head. Make him uncomfortable. That's probably your best option.
Best bet, dude. Just cut him early, cut him often.
But the thing is, you got rookies, and if they miss, it's a wrap, brother.
Exactly. You seen what happened when that Bears lineman took a whiff in there and missed just the other night. Do that. You can't get caught reaching in the cookie jar. Yeah. You got to stay home, and you got to pop your hands out there and slow them down because you're not going to stop them, but we might be able to slow them down.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. That's what I said. It's a matter. He's going to be an issue. It's a matter of how much.
Exactly.
So,
these guys are undefeated. Who beat the Rams? Can we recall?
Didn't the Bills end up beating them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Bills? And who else?
I think it was the Bills. I don't remember.
5-2
but that the Bills were up on them big, and then out of nowhere they turned it on and made it interesting.
Yeah, the Rams should have won that one.
And they scored over like 35 points in like a half of football. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Everyone's worried about their defense. We need to be concerned about their offense too. They got a lot of playmakers,
bro. And you know what they're doing right now? McVay, and I'll talk about this on the pregame show. You remember last year when they played the Rams, Justin? I'm sorry, when they played the Ravens?
Yeah.
I don't know if the Ravens blew them out last year, right? And I guess he picked up on what the Ravens were doing, and what the Ravens do the most in the NFL is they over 33% of their offensive snaps. It's not pre-snap motion. It's motion at the snap. They're the highest in the NFL at that. So that's what McVay installed in his offense this year. That's why Goff's been more successful. That's why Darrell Henderson and all of a sudden the running game is still existing without Todd Gurley. It's because they're motioning at the snap. They're over 31%. They're number 2 in the league behind the Ravens in motioning at the snap. And that's really been effective for McVay and his play calling. Because what can you do with that, Justin? You can set keys and then turn them into false keys, right? Exactly. And that's what they're doing to defenses. A lot of guys are biting. A lot of linebackers are biting on false keys because of the motion at the snap.
They're also using clock in a way that no one else is too. They're using like a quick play on depending on where they're at on the field and which play and down and distance they're in. They're coming up to the line of scrimmage quick and snapping it, or waiting till 5 seconds and running up and snapping it. So taking advantage of a lot of defense.
Like a hybrid hurry up?
Yes.
Yeah, I noticed that as well last night.
It's a sugar huddle, and they just come out of it, go right in and snap.
Exactly.
Reason.
You got to have that drive scripted, though, pretty much, right?
100%, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Reason, every time you open your mouth, man, you give me at least 3 talking points I can elaborate on. So I want to thank you for that.
No problem, bro.
I don't know if you guys watch
I'll be right back.
NFL. All right, man. I don't know if you guys watched Inside the NFL, but Ray Lewis made a point not too long ago is that defenses are the worst they've ever been in NFL history this year. For whatever reason, whatever. And what I've noticed in regards to that is there's too many guys, there's too many teams and defensive coordinators not playing man coverage. It's horrible. And it's a testament to what Miami's been doing lately, because we know, who is back. And since then, we're what, 3-1, right? A lot of man coverage, correct? And the problem with that is, too, I see a lot of teams doing it. They're not switching. Guys are not switching, and guys are being left wide open down the field. And fortunately for guys who can actually throw the ball, they can hit them down there. So you see that a lot. If you got an eye for that type of stuff, I personally was a cornerback once upon a time ago. Pushed 40, I ain't bragging, just saying. I don't know how many of you guys actually ever played. I'm not sure. I'd love to hear your stories, but from a defensive back's perspective, it's some simple things that a lot of guys on a professional level are just not doing for some reason. I truly don't understand it.
Was there any news on Action Jackson reason?
The latest word is week 8. So the Rams.
Nice.
But remember we showed that picture of him on the field with his cleats?
Yeah. Is that Dwayne?
No.
That's not Dwayne?
No, it's Daniel, bro.
I'm sorry. Hey, Daniel.
What's up, Reason? What's up with you, Rhino, bro? I've been feeling good. Hope y'all been feeling good, bro. Hope y'all been feeling real good.
Hey, man, how you doing?
What do you think about X, Daniel?
Man, the X-Man, bro. I feel wonderful about the X-Man. He looking like what he been looking like, the best cornerback in the league, the best in the league. I mean, he do get he get burnt up a little bit, but I mean, he get turnovers, what you want your number one man to do. You want him to get turnovers, be able to change the game, change the momentum. He did that when we played the Seattle Seahawks. He did the interception. We just couldn't score a touchdown. Now that we got Tua in the game, like I was saying earlier, Fitz was good for us, but I think he just chucked the ball up in the air. That's what I thought he always did, was just chuck the ball in the air. Now I feel like we got somebody that's a little bit better. I mean, we don't know because he's a rookie. We ain't never seen him, but we seen what he did in Alabama. So, but I'm just ready to see what we do.
It's gonna be good.
And Bobby McCain too. Bobby McCain is a big surprise too, bro. His free safety, I was nervous. Him being our free safety, I was nervous because I didn't think he was gonna be able to like his tackling. When he showed me that when he tackled, he saved us on some tackles, especially with Frank Gore. And I seen him single-handedly tackle Frank Gore. I was I respect. He was gaining Bob McCain is looking like that dude. He gaining respect. And Jerome Baker too. Jerome Baker gaining a lot of respect as well, because I feel like he just do a lot. He a Calvin Noy 2.0. He's very fast, and he can do a lot on the defense.
If that dude could just shed a block, then he'd be good.
Bro, he's had
he's still little. He's still getting that body on him. He's still little, but he's going to get bigger. He's still fast.
Bro, he's had literally one good game this year.
Yeah, I don't know about that, dude.
It was the first game that Shaq Lawson was out. That was his best game of the season.
I would make him a situational pass rusher.
I can prove that with my film analysis.
Straight up.
My film analysis even proves that his 16 tackle performance in week 1 was a trash performance. Because what good is 16 tackles when they're 5 yards beyond the line of scrimmage, and it's not because you disengaged the block and got beyond
your blocker and made a play. No, it's because the blocker disengaged because the runner was either to your left or just behind you. So the blocker's done his job. So he gets disengages and you flip back and you make the tackle. I mean, he's not good. He's not good in traffic. He's terrible in coverage. I proved he's terrible in coverage. He vacates his holes like almost at a religious extent. I've shown mental lapses where he's communicated to Van Noy, okay, you're taking the running back out of the backfield. He's supposed to vacate into the middle hole. Instead, Van Noy starts run and mirroring the running back coming out of the backfield. And Jerome Baker breaks with Van Noy and leaves the hole in the middle. And Josh Allen runs up the middle for 18 yards. Like, Jerome Baker is only good for two reasons. Only utilizable for two reasons. One, lining up off the edge blitzing. Or two, lining him up on the line of scrimmage in between the tackles, blitzing. Other than that, Jerome Baker is pretty much a liability, and they're probably going to draft a linebacker, and it's going to be bye-bye.
There you go. No, I believe that too. I mean, I do believe we're going to be a middle. I do believe it's going to be a middle. I still think.
But he's not a good. He's not an outside stand-up linebacker, bro.
But you don't think when Devin Godshaw lost his spot, you don't think I don't think the linebacker play got better, but it's like that Sellers 92. He another surprise too. He's somebody I never expected.
No, he's not. Like, Siler, we predicted Siler.
He's a big to me. Like, I ain't thinking that though. I'm being honest with you. I ain't think him being like as productive as he is. Like, I thought Devin Godshaw would be playing the way he's playing now because it's his contract here. But Sellers actually playing.
Sealer took his lunch money.
Like, he pretty much did, and I enjoy it because he's cheaper. I don't know. So I'm just saying, like, I just think that was a good move of what he did, and just all that. I don't know. I'm very excited for the Dolphins. I'm ready to see Tua this weekend. I mean, I'm ready. 1 o'clock, I'm just so ready. I'm so ready. But I'm getting lit all week. You know what I mean? So I hope y'all do the same thing too. I mean, it's a celebration. I feel for us Dolphins fans. I feel like this is really a celebration.
I'm gonna throw a party in Colorado.
I've been calling for the Dolphins to draft this kid since last July, bro.
Hell yeah!
So I mean, we're talking like over 16 months. So you talking about someone who's waiting for this, and who's like, bro, I got the dabs lined up. We're ready to go on this side, bro.
Yeah.
My boy, the only Dolphins fan in Colorado. What's your name?
I'm located I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina right now, so I kind of see you, bro. So like,
yeah.
So
I'm right outside.
That's
Atlanta.
right. We Colorado represent.
Rhino
in Austin.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
We do agree that Baker's role has been reduced over the last 3 weeks, right? I mean, we all agree on that.
Well, the thing is, if you look at what's funny is right before Shaq Lawson got hurt, Baker was coming off his lowest ever snap count in the Brian Flores era, and the team was fully healthy. He was in the low 60s. So, it was just because of injury that we used him a bit more heavily in the week following. We're what?
You give it. That's another one of those talking points. You stimulate me to elaborate on.
Well, if you watch the Jags game and you watch how they used him in the Jags game. They used him exactly how I'm telling you. That's a perfect way to use him. And what's funny is that Jags game happened right after my film analysis came out, and they did exactly what I said, how he should be used in the film analysis. And the Jags game was, one of his decent games in the Brian. He's only had like 3 or 4 good games in the Brian Flores era.
Totally, yeah.
Well, you know what I mean? Because he's a player. You can't watch the stat line. You got to watch what he does.
But we haven't been good for that long. I mean, we have been struggling for a long time. I feel like our defense finally has. I ain't gonna say it seems like we are putting stuff together just because all our pieces are gelling. I just feel like everything is coming together. That's why Brian Flores made the move.
And you know what happened? You know why? And take this from because you can tell who's communicating with who when you watch the All 22. It's very easy to see. And the big difference is. Kyle Van Noy became the Kyle Van Noy basically became your mic and your main communicator. The Jags game on. That's why a couple of us were holding our breath when he missed that 1 week. because our run game improved when our run defense improved when he became the communicator, because Jerome Baker doesn't have the high enough aptitude. See, here's the problem. See, you can't just look at like Mike, Will, and Sam, because when you're in a 4-2-5 or 2-4-5, you know, a Will has very similar responsibilities to a Mike. It's just the only difference is basically where you're playing. But a Will, to an extent, needs to know all the assignments just as much as the Mike does. It's different when it's in like a true 3-4 or a 2-4-3 where it's just on one guy strictly in the middle. But a Will in a 4-2-5 or 2-4-5 can be playing in the middle right next to that Mike. So that's where you have your problems with him. He's terrible at reading and recognition. And then when they ask him to be a Mike, he doesn't have a high enough football aptitude to understand everyone's assignments, where they're going to be. And because when you compound that with poor read and recognition skills, people who are elite or good read and recognition,
that's why Van Noy is here.
They see plays before they happen, or they notice tendencies, or they notice keys that show what's about to happen. He's not like that, bro. You like literally, like, I don't want to say he's a meathead, but you basically line him up, say pin your ears back and go get him, because he's not, you know, and his speed, bro. He's not even good at mirroring receivers in coverage with his speed. He's not good at mirroring tight ends. Tight ends own him. His speed is only.
Well, we got Eric Rowe for the tight ends, though. We won't need him to do that.
His speed, no. Well, it's Eric Rowe's been one wiping them out basically, but
we won't need him. It won't need Jerome Baker to do that.
Yeah, but I mean, middle linebackers, you sometimes do need them to do that. Anyways, so his speed is only good when he pursues. Like, he literally only has good and pursuit closing speed. That's the only way he knows how to utilize it, because he can't utilize it mirroring a receiver. So what the hell good is it? What, I got to wait for a guy to get past the line of scrimmage, you to be behind them and you to catch up to them? What the hell good is that to me, bro? Like, I don't want a guy who chases the play. I want a guy who's getting in the backfield, making a play, not a guy who's getting a sack only when I line him up on a designed blitz. Like, and that's all I can really get out of the guy, man. Like,
making a play every game. I want somebody that's gonna make a play. And he make a play just about every game. He make a play.
He's a wide 9, 4-3 outside linebacker. It's exactly what he is. He's not a 3-4. It's a different. He's not a scheme fit.
What y'all still think about Jesse Davis? I mean, y'all still think when Austin Jackson come back, you think he's gonna be our rotational guy? He's gonna move back to being our rotational offensive line, being good off the line.
You mean a swing tackle?
Yeah.
No, I think he's taking his job back from Robert Hunt.
He's gonna take it. You think he is? You think he's gonna take his back from Robert Hunt?
Robert Hunt was terrible last weekend.
Daniel, one play, Solomon.
I see a couple of spots where it's just take. I mean, but you want to keep him in the game so he can keep developing. You see that ability. You see the ability.
You can't. No, I didn't see the ability last weekend, but you can't. It's a blind side now. You're not.
You got to give some give and take plays though. Davis is doing. I mean, Jesse Davis doing it.
Can I finish my top? Like, holy Jesus, bro. Can I finish my thing? Oh my God. Holy. You can't afford that now that it's a blind side. It's not Fitzpatrick there and he can see oncoming traffic. And when Jesse Davis, and sometimes he even doesn't because of one of his interceptions, the first interception against Seattle, he got his arm hit because Jesse Davis blew his assignment. Mm-hmm. Now you can't afford that with a blind side unless your quarterback grows eyes in the back of his head. Now you're dealing with a totally different situation than what you were dealing with against the Jets. And what the Jets proved is they didn't have as much talent coming from the right side, but they proved that if you scheme properly, you can give that side fits. And my problem with this is Solomon Kinley was a damn near flawless guard up until that week. And it's no coincidence, because me and Justin talked about it earlier, it's no coincidence that Robert Hunt, terrible at communicating because he's just not there. And he was really struggling in open space. He was struggling taking on guys with his hands. So you can't, now we're dealing with a franchise quarterback is on the line. I don't got, that's something where we either got to kick you at guard or I got to see in the preseason, because Jesse Davis, the one thing I can say is Kinley was playing at the level he was playing at was because Jesse Davis just doesn't have the anchor and the functional strength to hold up. But other than that, his technique is pretty sound.
He has the experience.
He has the experience, and he's a very good communicator. Like when Kinley arcs the guy out wide, Davis knows what to do with them. Takes them, and it's over. And Kinley can move into someone who's coming off Karras or stunting back into the A gap, or he can move over there to a linebacker that's coming from the second level. Like, you can't take. Now we're dealing with the blind side of your franchise quarterback,
and you don't mess around with that.
I don't have
Jesse
time.
Davis right back over.
There's too much of a risk for that learning curve, man.
Solomon, and Hunt ended up on their ass on the same freaking play.
It was.
That's
bad.
all I know.
It was bad, bro.
Let's hope they learn from that.
Why would you do that?
Let's hope they learn from that, and they're coaching them up real good on this bye week, and
hopefully.
Yo, but I'm telling you,
the only push we have is on our right side. That's the only push we have.
Yeah, but that's your blind side. That's the most important side.
Well, that's why I say a rolling pocket is going to be needed and a little bit more protection up front.
Hunt's a guard. Hunt is not a tackle. Hunt is a guard.
Right.
If Jesse Davis is a tackle, I know Hunt is definitely a tackle just because of his abilities, what he can do. I understand, like, some of his split technique was off. Like, I don't know, like, his split technique is a little off, but that can get coached up. He doesn't have ability to where, like, he's not quick enough. He's not strong enough. That's not his problem. His problem is more of just fine-tuning. And Jesse Davis has that time, and he's not still, to me, not bad. I said when we first, I think I ever talked to you, I was like, Solomon Kinley's already better
but Daniel,
than Jesse Davis. And y'all thought I was joking when I said that. And
Daniel, no one's saying that he's the answer, okay? No one's saying that. We have to find a right tackle, and you're saying Hunt is a better option. You may be right, but the film doesn't show it, is what reason, and everyone's saying. That's all. That's all.
Because of coaching up, just fine-tuning. And I rather see him get the play time, him being on the bench. What do he gain by that?
Yeah, but you're going to get your quarterback killed.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Like, all I got to do against you this week now, if you're going off that, all I got to do is, and I've already said this, I can – you know what? I'm going to mess with you. I'll put Michael Brockers in the middle. I'll show you a 3-man front. I'll put Michael Brockers in the middle. I'll have him shade the inside shoulder of Kinley and the outside shoulder of Karras. So now they basically are in a position where they got a combo block. And then and then now I got Donald out wide as my left interior end, not my left end, my left interior end. And now I got a one-on-one matchup with Aaron Donald and Robert Hunt. Good luck to you, sir. Enjoy as Aaron Donald absolutely, buddy. He has Thanksgiving, he has Christmas, he has New Year's dinner off Robert Hunt's
Canadian Thanksgiving too
for 60 minutes of football, man. So yeah, like, no, man. Like, I never thought I would say this, but Jesse Davis's problem is his functional anchor strength. If he had that, he would actually be a fairly decent tackle at the NFL level.
Oh yeah.
Your Hunt's problem, and again, I was one of the biggest Hunt fans when they made the pick, but I had done the evaluation and the tape on this kid, and I said, this is Brandon Schreff 2.0. What was Brandon Schreff? Brandon Schreff was a right tackle at the collegiate level, got kicked into the right guard, and he became a Pro Bowl guard. That's what Robert Hunt is. When you look at his size, when you look at his feet, when you look at his athleticism, it wasn't a matter of if he could take on powerful guys. It was when he starts dealing with guys with elite bend, with elite athleticism, that got elite short range or first step burst, explosiveness off the line. That was going to be your issue. Guys who can blend, who can convert power to speed or speed to power, that was going to be his issue. And that's what he started seeing, because they started scheming it up like that in the second half on Sunday, and it was a problem because he had no problem in the first week against San Francisco, because what did they do? They basically told Arik, just go at him. So they were just sending power on power, and he was just standing them, and they're just standing them up. But this week, no. Stunts, sending third man pressure, manufacturing pressure on that. They were specifically game planning for that right side, and Robert Hunt struggled, and because of it, Kinley struggled because it was just too much for him.
Right.
You know, that was
kindly had to help out Hunt.
You don't face a Brian Burns every type player like that.
Because
if you don't face somebody like that, I don't know. I still feel more safer with Robert Hunt just because of his ability and it's just certain coaching up with his foot. Like,
let me put it this way. You know what? Okay, let me put it this way, Daniel. Jesse Davis, I know if he goes up against this weekend, he's on the right side. He'll allow 3 or 4 pressures, okay? But he won't allow a sack. But he'll allow 3 or 4 pressures. All right, maybe 2 or 3 of those are hurries. Okay.
And if going to allow a sack, he's going to try to kill or hold the guy before he gets to Tua.
And Robert Hunt is probably going to allow 4 pressures, 3 hurries, and 1 or 2 of those are going to be a sack. That's my issue.
We're most likely to have some rainy, wet weather, so you really can't expect Tua to throw too many passes, especially because he is rookie and what you're currently talking about. So
you got to establish the run, bro. The run means more than everything. And Dolphins advocate was right with what he said earlier about
it's going to come down to coaching, I think.
Tua's got to get the ball out earlier. Problem with that is you're asking a rookie in his first game to duplicate what Fitz was doing.
He's accurate as hell, though.
So, but the problem is it should be because that's a simplified way of looking at it, bro. He's gonna see coverages he's never seen in his life.
Hell no, he's gonna
post snap. He's gonna see stuff he's never seen before.
Fuck it.
Because collegiate, but that's what I'm sitting here saying. But this is what I'm saying. Like, okay, now you're just moving the goalposts on what I'm saying here. What I'm sitting here saying,
we gotta know.
But you can't just depend on accuracy, bro. This is why they went with Fitz the way they went with him, because he had seen all the stuff he had seen. So it's not just like, oh, you're putting in the better passer, so all of a sudden everything's got to go up, because there's a difference between being the better quarterback and being the better NFL player. Those are two vastly different things, and people need to separate.
Now he's gonna caught up because
you can be caught up with your play. You can be caught up with your playbook, but he's had 2 passing live action reps on top of that, and on top of even further, he hasn't even had a chance to go against a team that makes halftime adjustments after what they've seen in the first half, and he also hasn't gone up against a team that's even played game plan for him yet. And on top of that, like I just said, his pre-snap and post-snap, he hasn't seen anything remotely exotic. So you add in the fact that windows close a hell of a lot faster at this level. Yeah, man, it's not going to be, they're going to keep it simple. That's why 200 yards, a touchdown, and no turnovers, that's where my expectations are. If he blows that out of the water, kudos to him, but you're going to want to establish the run, and this guy's not going to be throwing 25, 30 times.
If he's not the reason we lose, we're not losing.
I'm be honest with you. When I heard that, like, they both said it, and I'm glad that Omar asked Brian Flores that question, or iterated like what he was saying. Like, Tua was saying that they go over game tape with each other, so he's knowing what I guess they're like, all right, so what's your progression? Where you're leaning to, where you're starting at, or you're leaning to your progression on this read. I think they're doing that, because why would he say, like, all right, so every Tuesday or Monday, me and Flores and Fitzpatrick, we go up and study, we look at the game. I mean, Brian Flores said,
I can ask you, Daniel, if you want. If you give me a chance, I'll answer, bro.
Bro,
the reason they do that is because Flo has a defensive.
Hold on a sec, Rhino. Daniel, my brother, you're killing me. You got to be more concise. Get your point out. Let other people talk and go, bro. Just be concise. That's all I'm going to say to you, bro. Especially if you're going to go on other shows' panels. People respect concise to the point. I'll be completely honest with you. I'm kind of allowed to rant because my rants are usually very fucking insightful. So, anyways, just try and be concise. Rhino, go ahead, bro.
The reason why it's important to have that tape review with Flo is Flo comes at it from a defensive side of the ball. He's giving him cues on what to do from the defensive side. He's getting the offensive side from Gailey. And I think a lot of you are missing the point that Reason's trying to make with Hunt and with Solomon. Solomon was playing very well, solid, level. The moment you took Jesse out of there, his play started to suffer. And that's the key. Instead of having one issue with Jesse, you now have two issues with Hunt and Solomon. That's where the issues comes in for the team and what he's trying to build for this team. We have to fix that. And the best way we can do that right now is what we have, and that's with Jesse. Okay, that's his point. It's not that Hunt sucks. It's not that Solomon sucks. It's that Hunt is playing out of position, and him playing out of position is hurting Solomon's game. That's it.
Agree, 1,000%.
But real quick, you did make my point. He's getting the defensive side of the ball. So, like, you getting more knowledge and seeing it one way, you only just seeing it one way. You being able to see it from multiple directions will help you on your knowledge. And I believe that when you able to me, I feel like Brian Flores is a defensive guy. I mean, the Patriots won their last Super Bowl with Brian Flores.
Oh, sorry, I misunderstood you. Sorry.
But I mean, I think that's a very great thing that I think he's seeing what fits. I think Brian Flores know what he's doing. I think Tua finna go off. I think he's really finna go off because Fitz missed a lot of throws. He missed a lot of throws and opportunities he had.
Damien.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like, you know what you're gonna see, and I'll get into it on Friday night with the show me and EM got. You know, he's gonna be taking more of what the defense gives him. I don't expect him to come out and just bomb. Like, he's gonna be taking what the defense gives him, and then he's gonna keep them honest, pull them up, and then he's gonna try going over top. That's how you would game plan, because that's probably one of the reasons why they're going away from Fitz. Mm-hmm. Fitz started pushing the ball downfield when he shouldn't be pushing the ball downfield instead of taking the underneath stuff when it's there. Whereas if you got Breda and Gaskin who are averaging 3.1, 3.3, 3.5 yards per carry, take what the defense gives you. If it's 5 or 8 yards and 2 runs gives us a first down. If you keep moving the ball, it's about moving the sticks. And you're not, even if we get up, you're not going to have the mental errors where he starts getting greedy like Fitz started getting greedy. Fitz got away from the game plan, man. Like, take what the defense gives you, run up the points, make it happen. Instead, Fitz saw, we're up by 24. Let's start pushing the ball. Like, no, man. Be smart with the football. And it wasn't bad quarterback play. It was for the second time this season. If you look at this game and the Seattle game, he was making bad decisions. It was about the decision-making side of the football. Like, that's where he was made. That's what was causing. Because, again, they caught him. He wasn't identifying the underneath hanging corner or linebacker, and they caught him sleeping on that again. Like, the Jets caught him. Like, come on, man. And, I said this. We might have shut them out, but if it was 24, if that was a better team, that would have been a way closer game, man, because they would have had the whole second half to turn it on and make it interesting because Fitz was being sloppy with the football, man. And Brian Flores, kudos to him. We're 3-3, 1 game out of the AFC East, 1 game out of a playoff. We're like right sniffing for the 7th spot. We can't afford bad decision-making. We can win with a rookie that manages the game by just taking what the defense gives him. We can do that. We've already won games this year without Fitz even throwing 200 yards. So we don't need a guy throwing 400 yards a game, as long as Gaskin does his job.
And if you look back at that Bills game, man, bro, we literally now just thinking about it, bro. I just want to see what Tua do before I can really say anything, but we had so many opportunities in that Bills game that was missed, bro. Like, like you're saying, especially the Jets game, like you saying, like, I think that's what's going to open everything up deep again. Like, once you start killing them in the middle with Gesicki, with our 3 tight end duo, like, once that start opening, everybody going to close in, you open up your outs. I think, like, our offense can be dynamic. Like, we got weapons. Like, Mike Gesicki could be a top 5 tight end because of the ability, his catch radius. Like, he could be a top 5 tight end. Like, so, like, I just think we could be very dangerous, and I'm ready to see us.
For sure.
Yo,
Damien, let her rip, buddy.
What up? I mean, to piggyback on what you said, with Tua in the game, he's going to take what the defense gives him. And also it's going to open up so many opportunities for Jakeem Grant, one, or little slants. He's going to be able to run after the catch, Breida, because Tua's big thing is he's so accurate. He's going to put the ball where Grant or Breida can catch it and go. That's one thing that Tua's going to do. That was his blueprint in Miami. I mean, in Alabama. So that's something that I expect from Tua. He's going to take what the defense gives him. I'm sure they're going to probably have like 5 or 6 plays off the top, scripted for him, you know, and then like if the opportunity presents itself for him to go over the top, of course he's going to take it. He's one of the best at looking the safety off and going up top. But I think that he puts us in a position, as well as Fitz played. Fitz made he made errors in the game that, okay, in the Jets game, that we had played a good team, like you said, they would have made us pay. And teams made us pay. New England made us pay. Seattle, even with their lackluster defense, because their offense is so explosive, they made us pay. And the Bills made us pay on those type of mistakes. We're going into a game that the Rams look good on defense yesterday, yeah, but the Bears' offense is very suspect. Nick Foles cannot make certain throws, and their offensive line is terrible. Our offensive line is way much improved than the Rams' than the Chicago Bears' offensive line. So we can't really put that much stock in what we saw last night from the Rams defense. Yes, Aaron Donald's a beast. Yes, Jalen Ramsey's a beast, but I like Parker against Jalen Ramsey all day. And I think our defense is going to cause havoc on the Rams off O-line. And I think we're going to confuse Jared Goff. I really do think our secondary and the scheme that we're going to present is going to really confuse Jared Goff.
What do you think if Jackson comes back? Do you play him on the right tackle or left tackle?
Left tackle, and I ship Davis back to the right.
Man, it was crazy because last night I was thinking about this Rams game, and all I could think about is the Super Bowl where Flores
neutralized Donald.
Had the blueprint to shut him down. I'm like, it's gonna happen. We're just gonna go on there and shut him down and knock him out. Then Tua's gonna come out there and we're gonna light him up. That's how I see it going down. But we'll see what happens.
I didn't think about that. It's kind of a good point because like he feels very confident about going up against the Rams. I guess it's a good time for him to start Tua.
He also had a better offensive line at the time. He had their running committee was more filled out than ours currently is right now. You know, he could keep you more honest with what they had over there than where we're at right now. I'm not gonna, I mean, we watched that. We also took away Gurley, right? They clearly game planned and took out Gurley and they took out Aaron Donald in that game. But I just think, we're talking about a team that went to the Super Bowl as opposed to a team that's 3-3 and just made a quarterback change. So I'm not expecting, I think it is a better situation if Davis is there because of his experience right now than a Robert Hunt.
What about with Lynn Bowden Jr.? You don't think he can have a big game himself because of what Chan Gailey said? Chan Gailey said it wasn't really him. He having the ability to run the routes, I guess, was more just his knowledge in the offense. You don't think that he can start having more of, more of an effect for our offense? Y'all think he can do a little bit more for us?
Talking about Bowden?
Yeah, Bowden Jr.
Well, I mean, I'm hoping that he does. I mean, in this game right here, where we're going to need Tua to get rid of the ball very quickly. And with those speedy type of backs and receivers that we have, like Bowden Jr., Breida, Grant, I mean, yeah, they can have some success in this game right here. Most definitely. This is a typical type of game where it's going to be a good blueprint for success because Tua's going to have to get rid of the ball quick. Because, I mean, we're going to double Donald and all that sounds good, but this is still Aaron Donald. So Tua's going to have to get rid of that ball quick.
Fitz was getting rid of the ball in about 2.4 seconds. And Tua's best season at Alabama, best season in terms of getting the ball out of Alabama, was his first year as a starter. He got the ball out in about 2.38 seconds. But again, you're seeing quarters, Tampa 2, you're seeing very basic You know, you're not seeing anything exotic, right? And windows don't really close fast at the collegiate level. So it's going to be interesting. And the other thing in terms of the receiver question, it's going to be more about who he's most comfortable with. You know, he's basically got, like, I know he's comfortable with Gesicki because Gesicki said in the Zoom that Gesicki was running scout team with him earlier this year too. So he has, but Preston and Devontae are two of the receivers with the least amount of chemistry with him, up until, you know, they made the announcement, and now they've had 2 weeks, so it could be different now. But up until the point they made the announcement, Preston and Devontae had the least amount of work with him. And then I guess Lynn Bowden could be thrown in that mix because they got him basically at the end of training camp. The guys who I've highlighted, the guys who had chemistry, was clear before Kirk Merritt got hurt. He was starting to develop chemistry. Matt Collins pretty much owes his position on the team in part to Tua. Jakeem Grant and him did have chemistry in training camp, and then that's who he threw to, you know, to get that first down. Gaskin was getting thrown to by Tua out of the backfield, so there's chemistry there. And Malcolm Perry, you know, do you call this guy up and say, show me what you got, because you're a comfortable target for this kid? I know Isaiah Ford too has a comfort level with Tua, so you know it's gonna be. It's just going to be how quickly can this kid adapt to the lights, bro. And I don't think the lights are too big for the kid. But, you know, you want to put him in the best position to win and succeed. And, you know, is that line as bad as Cincinnati? No, but Hunt's performance against the Jets super, super concerns me big time. Especially if they isolate him in one-on-ones, then I'm really So that's where I'm concerned, because, you know, this isn't Fitzpatrick, man. You're right-handed. You can see that traffic coming at you. You know what I mean? And if you even go to that Solomon Kinley film analysis, look at the shot I showed you guys of Kinley taking out, who was that? Where Kinley took him out wide for like 7 Mississippis. AJ Epinesa, where he took AJ Epinesa out wide for like 7 Mississippis. Fitz went from the left to the right to the left and then back to the right and into the pressure again. So I'm not worried about Kinley. I'm worried about Robert Hunt right now. That's what I'm worried about. So, because like Richmond Webb, shout out to the legendary offensive tackle, my co-host of my Finish Line podcast, said, Greg Williams laid the blueprint, and until you've shown us you can basically beat the blueprint, we'll keep throwing it at you. Well, so it's going to be real interesting, because they throw that blueprint. I'll tell y'all right now, you can add Quinnen Williams and that whole defensive line put together into one superhuman, and it's not Aaron Donald. So, I mean, it should be interesting. So it's the blueprint's out there for them. We got to find the blueprint of how to stunt it and contain it. That's what our job should be. So hopefully they got something lined up for them. I like Steve Marshall, our offensive line coach, and what he's done so far this year. So let's hopefully he can deliver.
I'll be honest with you. I don't really see us. I mean, I see us try to establish the run, but I don't really see us running the ball like that, just because, I mean, like I was saying, Aaron Donald, I just don't see that really being effective. That's why I see Tua having to throw the balls, because our running game has been spotty all year. And I mean, our best really runs have been more of a RPO, where Fitz is kind of threatening a run. And I mean, with Fitz speed now, with Tua speed, with that kind of threat. And so I just feel, I don't know. So I just feel like Tua finna throw the ball. I feel like he's going to have a big game for us. I think a lot of people, like they said in the interviews with Shaq Lawson, was like, he kind of looked like a veteran already, if you didn't know, just because how much he's taking in and what he's asking everybody, defense and offense, what you see to progress his game.
That's our offense is running RPO. Like, the only way the passing game is going to be efficient in the offense, we have to run the ball. We have to get that established, because that makes the threat of us running where he could take advantage of matchups and situations. That's and our biggest problem is leaving Gaskins. We'll start off with Gaskins in the first quarter, and Gaskins will probably average damn near 5 yards a carry, and then we'll just disappear from him. Like, that's how we've been getting up in these first quarters. How like we've been having wide open. We've been like wide open windows for Fitz to throw in because Gaskins is doing a great job running the ball in the first quarter. Then we just get away from it. If we're running the RPO, we have to run the ball. That's the threat. If they know we're not running the ball, how are we going to run the RPO?
So King Sick asked, would you be comfortable with Tua running the ball? Yeah,
Absolutely,
I mean,
yes.
you got it one day.
Yeah,
I mean, you're not going to baby the guy, bro. So
gotta get it out the way.
And HCL Racing League. Reason, do you think we could move Flowers to right tackle and move Hunt to left guard? No, I want no.
No.
Tua won't make it, dog.
That's worse than Jesse Davis. Like, yeah, I'd rather see Jesse Davis at the right tackle than Flowers.
And guys, just to put in perspective, on Friday night, me and EM will be back, and we'll basically be doing. This is the topic, guys. What to expect from Chan Gailey's Miami Dolphins offense with Tua Tagovailoa at the helm. So it's just going to be me and EM. We're going to dive deep into the scheme aspect of it, a little bit of X's and O's, all that kind of jazz. So we'll be coming with you guys with that on Friday night, and then we'll do our pregame on Saturday, and then I'll be live on Sunday. And then Monday night, you know what we're doing? A live on stream, all 22 breakdown of Tua Tagovailoa's start will be done live on Monday night by me and EM. Might have the homie ball game jump in on that. And then Tuesday we'll do our post game show. So like I said, like 5 days of content coming y'all way, starting with Friday night. And I mean, Thursday, y'all already know, new episode of The Finish Line with me, Richmond Webb, and the homie Mr. Ballgame. So be out on the lookout for that. But that Friday night show, guys, y'all are going to like that, man. We're going to break it down because that's why you're not hearing me talking about any formations or anything like that, because I'm saving all of it for that. So,
can't wait.
Yes,
So, hey,
I'll be honest with you, I think Kyle Murray,
man. Victory Monday,
So,
man.
yeah, Victory Monday is going to be more beautiful when I'm breaking down all 22. And the all 22 will be fresh to me because that comes out around like 3 or 4 in the afternoon, and I'll probably go live around like 9 o'clock. So I'll clip it up, and then I'll come on with EM and hopefully the homie Mr. Ballgame, and I'll break that down live, man. No script, basically. So y'all already know how it is. Vicken, how do I feel about Antonio Brown to Tampa? It is what it is, man. The rich get richer, bro. What can you do?
Reason, who's the gentleman with it?
They doing that Laker thing. It's not gonna work. They doing that Lakers. I mean, when Lakers did that with Karl Malone and with Gary Payton, they tried to buy it. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work.
I don't know, man. They basically they must listen to Finside the NFL because they drafted my tackle 1 and my safety 1, and Tristan Wirfs is a rookie, and he's the best right tackle in football right now. And Antoine Winfield is already cementing himself as like a top 10 safety.
He looking good.
In the rookie year.
On Sunday.
So I'm sitting here like, God damn. Because here's the thing. As balling out as McCain's been, imagine if you're getting that play at the nickel position right now, because Needham's been decent, but a lot of flags.
Yeah.
And then you get that you get that position, you get that play at that nickel spot, and Antoine Winfield as our single high with Eric Rover playing the Rover he's been playing. Dude, we have the best secondary in football. I'll go on record and say that Antoine Winfield would have made this the best secondary in football.
Or Jeremy Chin. Jeremy Chin looked real nice too. He looked real nice.
Him and Kyle Duggar were my 5 and 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I gotta ask y'all, how excited are y'all for Tua? Like, what are y'all doing to celebrate on Sunday? Anything new?
Watch it in my man cave. Hopefully all my Dolphin stuff will come by then by Friday. Ready.
I'll be toasting up and celebrating like it's like 420. I'll be doing that. Be getting ready with my boys, chilling, laid back.
420.
Probably, be honest with you, have y'all seen? I probably because I ain't get to finish it as the boys. Like I be trying to watch it with my boys. We like to chill together, like watch. You know what I mean? Turn something back. You know what I'm saying? Put something back and just watch it, and you know what I'm saying? Kick it. But
who joined us? I don't know your name. I'm sorry. The guy in the bottom left. I don't know your name. Yes.
Mariano, man, nice of you guys to let me on again. Thank you, Reason. I know this is your ish right here, but for me, man, it's gonna be the day after Halloween, right? So yeah, man, it's gonna be a lot going on. I'm thinking I might want to go to a Dolphins bar in Buckhead, Atlanta. I haven't been there since the Ravens blew us out last year. So
yeah, buddy.
I think I might want to be around a lot of Dolphins fans around here for Tua's debut. So I might have to head to the luxurious spot around town, you know, and see a. I don't know, man. I think it's gonna be a close game, low scoring. It's not gonna be a lot of airing it out. But at the same time, I will say they probably gonna have to go ahead and do that with Tua anyway, because a lot of people ain't expecting that.
Well, the right answer was watching the game.
Saying.
Watching the game with us on the stream. That was the right answer.
That's right.
I can multitask, homie. It's nothing.
I'm ready to go. 0-16. What the hell?
Yeah,
Jets.
Y'all keep employing Adam Gase, but I don't want y'all. I want y'all to finish with the 6th best record, so you miss out on Sewell.
Hey, Trevor
and all 3 quarterbacks.
Clemson, so you know, y'all do what y'all do up there.
They're gonna win a couple of games. They should.
Trevor addressed that today, bro. Trevor didn't say. Trevor said the thought is that he's going to declare
in so many words.
Well, no, he said the thought is that I'm going to declare. That's what he said. He's like, the thought is that I'm going to go out, but like he said, but basically, like anything in life, you're going to think about it. You know what I mean? You're not just going to jump to conclusions and do it. Yo, he'll go there, bro. Are you kidding me? Because it's the New York market, bro. You like and bringing that, if Trevor Lawrence brought the Jets to prominence, Trevor Lawrence would be a god in New York City, bro. Like that man would walk down this. They would give him the key to that city, man. Like
as Dolphins fans, do we want that? As Dolphins fans, do we want that?
I want them to win. I want them to fire Gase, dude. So Greg Williams takes over and they win.
The AFC. I'm so tired of hearing about the Cowboys.
I want it because
for nothing, and the Jets for nothing.
It's gonna make it
that
much better.
Yeah, I don't care if Lawrence ends up there. It doesn't bother me.
Yeah, it's gonna be like those battles with Marino and Kelly back in the day. It's just we're gonna have a defense and a running game this time.
Bro, how dare you make that, dude? Can you remind everyone who?
I can rock with that notion.
You all want to rock with that notion? Okay, y'all could be on your own because last I checked, Kelly was the one who won in the playoffs against us, not Marino. So I'm not going down that road.
Game, homie.
Bro,
we're just talking about the rivalry.
Who kept going? Who went to the Super Bowl every time we played?
We didn't have a defensive running game. And in '92, we should have won it with the AFC title game.
Shoulda, woulda, coulda, bro.
No defensive running game. We had no D, no running game. No D, no running game.
No D, no running game.
At some point in time,
we got it this time, big homie. We got it.
Hold on a sec. I will not say
questionable. The running game.
We do not have a. We do not.
It's going to get there.
We do not have a running game yet, boys. We don't have it. We don't even have 100.
We're gonna have Trevor Lawrence's teammate in college.
We're not. They won't. I don't think. I don't think they're gonna spend that high on Etienne, bro.
You know that's my guy.
Root for Houston to lose. So we can get Jamar Chase and add him to the squad. So I would love to have Jamar Chase and just to have another top pick in the draft. I'd rather for Houston to keep losing. I feel bad for Deshaun Watson, but we got their first and second round pick. If they losing, oh my gosh.
Dude, I'm taking
Chris Greer.
I'm taking Devontae Smith and Jalen Waddle every day and twice on Sundays over Jamar Chase, bro.
Waddle's gonna drop too. Waddle's gonna drop too, so we might get him in second round. He broke his ankle.
Yeah, he's gonna drop really low. So
that's good.
He broke a bone on the top of his foot, basically.
Yeah.
They said the surgery was a big time success.
Yeah, man, he'll go. The lowest he'll fall is like in the 20s, bro. I don't think y'all realize like he's just as fast as Henry Ruggs, man. And
everybody gonna forget about him by the end of the season.
Man. He's way too much of a dynamic playmaker. Yeah. The guy's a better version of Tyreek Hill.
Yeah,
he's a more polished Tyreek Hill coming out. He can punt return, he can kick return, you can design plays for him. Like Jalen Waddle will probably go in the end of the first round in the 20s. He won't get to the second. He's too talented.
Yeah,
I don't even know if he's going to make it out of the top 15.
If he didn't get hurt, he would have been
healed by then.
Yeah, he will. He said he's gonna be able to do his combine, bro.
He starts therapy or rehab in 6 weeks.
Yeah, and he's gonna be able to do the combine, and he's gonna be able to do the combine if he wants.
Yep.
So he's gonna be fine because if he didn't get hurt, he probably would have been the first receiver off the board.
And when Reed says that, Mark has fact because
Jamar Chase opting out is the worst decision for him because Terrace Marshall is out here balling out.
Yeah, he is.
And where you at? And you know why? And because I don't know why scouts will see through it. It's because Joe Brady left. He knew it was going to be a shit show. Burrow left on top of that, and Jamar Chase knew all he was going to do was hurt his draft stock this year because he doesn't have Burrow or Joe Brady. That's why he opted out, man. So
I mean, that's what any receiver though. If you don't feel like you got a decent court, look at OBJ. Look at him with Baker Mayfield. I think Baker Mayfield trash. I think his team is all around good and dynamic. He's a trash decision maker, but when you have a bad quarterback, you're not going to look good. I mean,
he threw 5 touchdowns. You got a kid. Anyone who knows anything about the quarterback position, the worst thing you can do for a sophomore quarterback, i.e. last year, is bring in a receiver that's going to demand 10 or 12 targets because that now stunts the growth of a young quarterback. A young quarterback, you want them to basically have free rein with their reads so they can become a better decision maker. Having a guy in his ear puts in the back of his head, I got to target this guy 10 or 12 times. That's why OBJ went down real early against the Bengals. And Baker forcing the ball to a guy that he knows he's got a target. And then he went down and he started spreading the ball around and he put up 39 points without that guy, man. Like
we can't say that he forced targets.
Jarvis Landry. Look how good they were before he came, and look at how good they were after he left, after he exited the game. The only time Baker's been a bad quarterback since OBJ has been there. Prove me wrong. You can't say he tried the rookie record before OBJ got there. That's not my fluke.
Real quick. How I never heard of a player where you got too much talent, you trash. Because it's so much.
No one's saying that.
Over here,
Who's saying that?
Trash.
Who's saying that? No one's saying that. That's not what you're.
That's too much talent for you.
But you're just speaking in general right now. No one on here is saying that. So why is that point even valid to this conversation?
Because you said him having OJB, Obey. I don't know what I'm saying.
OBJ, because he demands targets.
Everybody can't win a Super Bowl.
Bro. Daniel.
The game before that, he only
because
had
he got hurt. Because he got hurt.
No, when he took his shoes off. When he took his shoes off, he was walking in his socks. He only had 4 targets. That's because of bad decision, just bad quarterback play by Baker Mayfield, bro. You got too many weapons.
When he gets targeted, how many 100-yard games does he have as a Brown?
Maybe 2, none.
Okay, how many times has he been targeted 10 or more times as a Brown in a game?
I'm not sure.
I can tell you right now, it's in double digits. I can pull up the PFF right now, and I don't even have to, but I can tell you right now it's in double digits.
I don't trust PFF that much anymore.
Yeah, but targets has nothing to do with an analytic. That's
not subjective.
Bro. I mean, that's a easy stat, bro. Like,
it's subjective.
I don't know why that again. That's not valid to the point I'm making here right now. So
agreed.
Okay, so all right. So let's stick to what I'm talking about right now. Let's stick to the point. So you've got a guy who's been targeted double digits more than 10 times. He's been there for 2 seasons, and I can look it up and give you an exact number if you really want it. And he's only had 2 100-yard games. Why do you think that is?
Because his decision making is trash. Baker quarterback decision.
Bro,
Baker
you know the decision
making is horrible.
Bro, that's not. What do you, bro? The decision is already
because I think he's not that.
Dude, the decision is made when the ball gets thrown to him. So you're now saying targeting OBJ is a bad decision. That's what you're saying. The decision is made when the throw is made. The target is the decision. So now you're saying targeting OBJ is a bad decision.
Now that's exactly
when he's targeting him. When he's targeting in his ball placement, his time at targeting him in his ball
placement is not decision making. Ball placement is not decision making.
All right, so you're right. He do force it at times. Great quarterback or a quarterback that's
no.
Good
It's because OBJ.
Look at Justin Herbert.
Dude,
Justin Herbert got reference, and he don't force it to Keenan Allen. He don't just force it to him when he got Mike Williams on the other side. Like he don't just force it when he got a tandem. Look at Justin
Herbert played
Green, T. Higgins.
Have you watched how bad AJ Green's been this season?
Yeah, he has been bad. He's been bad.
Okay, and you're using Justin Herbert, who's played 4 games in his NFL career and hasn't played a bad defense. And the one time he played a defense that made the proper adjustments, which was the Saints in the second half, and they forced him to make throws outside the numbers. He didn't do fuck all in the second half until they broke coverage on Mike Williams, some of the worst blown coverage I've ever seen. And that's the only reason it went into overtime, because he started that quarter. He started the second half 11 of 14, and when that blown coverage happened, he was 14 of 25. Do the math. He was 3 for 11 leading up to poor coverage blown by the Saints because they made the adjustments and they forced him to make big boy throws outside the numbers, and he's not very good at doing that. So
Joe Burrow this week looked better. Joe Burrow looked better to me this week with he was in the game to me with lesser talent, and I thought he did play better. He got more of his team involved. He just just looking at like you said, a player that ain't been in the league but only played 7 games, and his decision making looked better than Baker Mayfield.
It's not
to be honest with you. To me,
Baker had one of his best games. Buddy, everyone in Cleveland is hailing that as one of his best games of the Cleveland. 5 touchdowns and 5 touchdowns and 1 interception is trash. What are your expectations for 2 to be great then? 8?
No, I ain't saying that like you're right. You are right. I don't think Cincinnati Bengals defense is that good neither, but you are right. This is one of Baker's
but he's been consistent.
Games.
Have you looked at Baker's last 3 games?
Better than him.
Have you looked at Baker's last 3 games? He's actually been pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, he looked decent. I mean, he goes in the flows of the offense. Not what he's doing is like I don't trust him like that. He did beat them off that one throw. He did beat
Trash is Josh Rosen sitting in the stands wearing a mask on a practice squad. Trash is not a guy who a trash player cannot throw 26 touchdowns as a rookie. You can't convince me otherwise, bro. Name it that's Peyton Manning is the only other player who did that.
But look, you can say that about Nick Foles when he did that one year when he threw 28 touchdowns and 2 interceptions.
Not as a rookie. Not as a rookie. Not as a rookie. Not as a rookie.
That was like his rookie season. That was like his rookie season. His equivalent of a rookie season, I thought. Wasn't that like his first time starting the whole season?
Bro,
Nick Foles was his second year in the league with Chip Kelly, but that wasn't him as a rookie.
That wasn't him as a rookie, bro.
This guy, Baker, did it as a rookie. And what reason is trying to say, because I do agree with him, but I see what you're trying to say. Yes, OBJ is talented, but it's about chemistry.
No one's arguing that.
And like he's throwing off Baker's growth, where like a young quarterback has to have freedom to be able to go through his progressions, go through his reads. But when you have a guy, because he's talented, is the man the ball, throw me the damn ball, throw me the damn ball, throw me the damn ball. He's not able to develop with his progressions, with his reads. See, when Jarvis was there, Jarvis wasn't demanding the ball. So he was able to build up confidence in going through his progressions and build up confidence with Jarvis. He was able to build up confidence with Njoku. He was able to build up confidence with receivers. But when you got OBJ, throw me the damn ball, throw me the damn ball, throw me the damn ball, that confidence decreases and decision-making is thrown off because he's not being able to properly decipher where he's going to go with the ball, because he has to say when he's coming out the huddle, I got to throw it to OBJ no matter what.
Yeah, if he has a half a step, I got to throw the ball.
Yeah, and that's forcing bad decisions. Do I think Baker was the best quarterback in that draft? No, but Baker is talented and you can win with him. But that OBJ stunted his growth. Is it fault of OBJ? No, OBJ needs to be with a veteran
quarterback. That's why he popped off so well with Eli.
Exactly.
Because Eli was a veteran quarterback. Eli knew how to handle that. That's where he needed to go. Like he needs to go with like a Ben Roethlisberger or a Tom Brady. That's why he won. That's exactly why where did he want to go in the offseason when the trade rumors came? Why do you think he wanted to go to the Patriots? Because he wanted to play with a veteran quarterback. That's where it was at because, bro, you know, it goes deeper than this. Now you've got not only confidence, but, bro, it's like we said, automatically you see a guy make a break. Now it's almost starts to become a habit. Yep. It becomes habitual because you're in the league and you're starting to form your habits while trying to break old habits you had in college. So that kind of stuff becomes a habit. And sorry, I was just finishing my thought. Like, look at everyone in the fantasy world is picking up Rashad Higgins this week because Baker started spreading the ball around and people started popping off. Like Njoku before the injury, he was there last year. Njoku was barely relevant in that offense all of a sudden, where he was one of the mainstays the year before because OBJ, listen, those 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 targets, they had to come from somewhere. And look at Austin Hooper. He's even suffered since he's coming over. Look how well Matt Ryan used him, and he wasn't even able to be utilized properly. Like, you had a mixture of not only OBJ demanding the football, but you had a god-awful coach in Freddie Kitchen compounding the situation, and it just wasn't a good situation and it stunted his growth. But it's the same as Sam Darnold. He'll get it together.
Yeah, I say Sam Darnold to me, he to me was the best quarterback in that.
I thought he would be number one. I agree.
I think if he was on that Browns team, it would look a lot different just because I think his decision making is. But
it's so dysfunctional. It's so dysfunctional. Like, you know, I can say that you can't really say that, like, and just when you look at it objectively, because up until this year, Daniel, and how bad they've been, the Jets have now suddenly overtaken the dysfunctional franchise. But up until this year, for like 20 years,
it was the
but it was the Browns. It was the Browns. But you know what, bro? Can you really call us dysfunctional? Because we shed all those players and we still won 5 games. You did that to the Browns, and you pretty much would have guaranteed.
No, I'm talking about in the Gase era, all that.
Yeah. No, we were we were the most, not the most dysfunctional. We were the most incompetent.
Yeah, exactly.
We were the most incompetent. But no, like, you know, I totally, you know, I get where you're coming from. With
blindly living off Marino's ghost and shoeless.
Yeah, I know.
Blindly.
I get where you're trying to come from, but I mean, I don't know. I think Damien nailed it pretty much on the head.
Can I make 2 quick points?
You go make as many as you want.
And I'm gonna get off the OBJ thing because I want to say something about our receiving core with Tua.
And for the record, I think OBJ is one of the most talented receivers in the. I think he's one of the most talented receivers in the NFL. I'm not denying that. Anyways,
because like OBJ had to get his confidence on that Sunday night game against the Cowboys because he was struggling at first, and that's where he got his confidence off that catch. But I will say this: our receiving core with the young quarterback is perfect because Devontae is becoming a star. He's a big time receiver, but he doesn't have that diva type persona. Yeah, Preston's so young; he doesn't have that diva type persona. So they're going to be able to build a chemistry. It's going to be a little rough at first, guys. I think the highs are to it. Reason knows that. But it's going to and I hope I'm wrong. I hope he just nails it off the first game. But it's going to take a while for them to develop chemistry with Devontae and with Preston. He's going to have better chemistry with Jakeem Grant and Perry because he's worked out with them on second string. But we have receivers, big-time receivers, who aren't diva-type personalities. So I think it's going to make Tua feel comfortable. And we have an ultimate weapon in Gesicki. And God knows I hope he use Gesicki this week. Not just because I have him in all my fantasies either, but
See, now that's a guy I would feed 12 targets because he's a mismatch in the slot. If I line him up in line and send him on a route after he sheds off a block, he's a mismatch for the linebackers. Like, you know, I'll give you 12 targets if you're a mismatch to the coverage. But OBJ, the game plan, like, here's my thing with OBJ. I don't want to call him a diva. I don't want to say that because I know people in the comments are calling him that. You just got to think of the betterment for the team. There's going to be games. There was games where Jerry Rice didn't get 12 targets. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just what he had. And you know what? You can kind of blame Eli a little bit because Eli spoiled them.
Yeah.
Right? You can blame Eli a little bit because he spoiled them. Because just like what I said about it getting ingrained with Baker of, I got to target this guy. Same thing, it got ingrained in OBJ that I'm worth those 10 to 12 targets because Eli Manning, a 2-time Super Bowl champion, thought enough of me to target me those many times, albeit they had zero running game and really zero outside of him. But I mean, it is what it is, man. I think he's such a talented receiver. But if I'm going like two things, if I'm not drafting a receiver, I'll save that one for next. Actually, first, if I'm taking a Cleveland Brown receiver, call me crazy. I'm taking Jarvis Landry all day and twice on Sundays, and I'm bringing him home because I still think he's the best possession receiver. I love his attitude. I love his energy. He's one of my favorite Dolphins ever in the last 10, 15 years. And then number two, if I'm hitting the market and I'm not drafting one, I'm going after Juju because of his relationship with Tua Tagovailoa. It's the same reason.
Rid of anybody that's come back to the Dolphins? Has that ever happened before?
Jason Taylor.
Yeah, there you go, Jason Taylor.
Yeah.
I mean, actually playing though. Yeah.
Jason Taylor. Oh,
He
playing
actually
now?
played when he came back from Washington.
Yeah.
No, when he went to Washington, he went to the Jets. Did he come back to Miami and played? Like actually got on the field?
Yeah, I thought he did.
I don't
remember.
I could be wrong. I thought he did.
Yes, he did some, Paul Solier one-day contract retirement situation. But anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, we did him pretty dirty when we told him he was traded at his charity event. We did him pretty dirty for everything he had given this team, man. So, and then, I would take him. And then, what was the other point?
Jarvis back.
And then, like Devontae Smith.
As a Dolphin.
Juju. I would take Juju for the same reason I'm taking a Devontae Smith or Jalen. If my quarterback is my focus on my weapons, Juju's one of Tua's best friends. So, I know that's going to help the chemistry of the room. If, Juju can play the slot if I ask him to, but Devontae Smith or Jalen Waddle should be serious targets because, I can make the argument with anyone Devontae Smith is Tua's favorite target ever.
Yeah, you're right, though. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
I would rather draft the receiver than get him out of free agents because the receiver is so deep. It's so many big-time receivers coming out in this draft. And why not just draft one and get them for cheap and have that young talent?
It's probably a good idea.
With the ability, with the speed.
Yeah. But I don't want us to draft receiver first round.
What if it's Jalen Waddle and you made the playoffs?
Who's available? Hold
on. Let me finish my scenario. Okay. Let me say if he falls down into the 20s because of the injury, because I don't think he's making it out of the first. He's just so dynamic. It's ridiculous.
He's not a quarterback, man. He's going to fall to like 5th, 6th round, dude. I'm telling you.
Are you high, bro?
Who does?
Jalen Waddle is not falling to the 5th or 6th round.
Yeah, maybe the second round. Like the lowest I see him going is the second. But
the 5th or 6th, bro. I will. How much money do you have in your bank account? Because I'm ready to make a bet right now, bro.
He's not playing anymore this year, man. You know how many more receivers are gonna make their names known and rise?
Bro, he's not falling. His ability.
No, Jalen's good. It's already been said that Jalen's out for the season and he's getting ready to declare for the draft.
Yeah, he's done.
Jalen, dude, he's going to be ready for
our quarterback had a broken hip, and we took him
number
5th
5,
overall.
bro.
You already answered your own question. As a quarterback.
Yeah.
You already answered your own question. It's a quarterback.
Jalen Waddle is
taking a quarterback with that.
Yeah, bro, dude.
Anyways, about a legendary wide receiver in college right now, though, dude. We're not.
Yeah, but we're talking about a guy who has better size than the most dynamic receiver in this draft, Rondell Moore, and Jalen Waddle is arguably just as dynamic. And on top of that, you're talking about the fastest receiver in the nation right now.
Speed.
Yeah, we'll see.
In his hands.
Buddy, dude.
He got hands too. I would give him that. He can't kill.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? The fact that he was only targeted 40 times last year, and you could make like a 10-minute highlight reel out of only being targeted 40 times. I think that's ridiculous. Anyways, here you go, Damon. Here's my scenario. He drops to the 20s, which I don't think he'll make it out of the top 15, but he drops to the 20s, okay? And you made the playoffs, so you're sitting at like 24.
Okay.
What do you do, bro?
I see, but this. All right, so
Creed Humphrey's gone. Obviously,
who did we take with that first Houston pick?
Who did we take with the first pick?
Who did we take with the first pick? The first pick right now they're at 5, right? So I'll stick with I'll go Micah Parsons because Panay probably won't be there at 5.
He's overrated, bro.
Yeah, he's gone.
Who? He overrated. Michael Parsons, he okay, bro.
Everything that we need.
For Penn State, he okay, bro. He okay. People overrating the Big Ten, bro. Just
Take it easy, Reason. Take it easy.
He's okay. Good.
I don't know who that is, but
do it, Damien. Do it, Damien.
So we're gonna need some reinforcements.
Our biggest void is Mike linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. We can take him.
He feels that
he's a blitzer. He's primarily a blitzer. Dude, he's a blitzer. More.
We got. So you ever had Jerome Baker out there? Because that's what Jerome Baker is. That's all he can do is blitz, and look how we get annihilated in the run game.
Yeah,
we lost that. We lost that New England game because of Jerome Baker and Roberts.
Really work out.
Of Roberts.
How often you really get a top 10 linebacker work out?
Huh?
Dude, you've never even watched them, bro. And like the guys,
like Devin White.
Top 10 linebacker. Patrick Willis is going to the Hall of Fame. LT. Who else?
Dude,
Brian Urlacher
and Damien.
Damn, I can keep going.
Do you know in the scouting community? Do you know what the comparison for Micah Parsons is right now?
He was not Devin White, bro.
It's not Devin White. That's not the comparison.
Yeah.
No, he's a modern. He's a mod. Go watch my top 25. Go educate yourself, bro. I just put a video out about this.
Okay.
God knows he's
all right.
Penn State.
He plays for Penn State.
Linebacker,
man.
Oh, Penn State. Okay.
Dude, the guy's a modernized Lawrence Taylor. It's exactly what he is.
God knows that's generational talent, man.
No, he isn't. He's good in coverage. The only thing he doesn't. He's a very good athlete. The only thing he doesn't offer you. The only thing he doesn't offer you in coverage is turnovers. That's the only thing he doesn't offer you in coverage. Other than that,
what I would want in the first round. What I would want in the first round is another O lineman, a linebacker, or a safety.
Yeah, and I'm talking about the most transcendent.
With the other pick.
Okay, well,
anyways, let's rock with it. Let's do it.
All great defenses need a linebacker. We had it with Zach Thomas, Nick Bonacani. All our defenses that was great had linebackers. Ravens defense have great linebackers.
John Offerdahl.
Agreed.
There you go.
John Offerdahl. Wow. Wow.
Rhino with the
I gotta go to Offerdahl.
Oh yeah.
And get one of them steaks, man. Next time I go down there, I gotta go to Offerdahl.
And he makes the best bagels in Miami.
I don't mess with bagels, but okay, cool.
Yeah, I've heard some. Yeah, but checking out, there's no nose tackle, no first round nose tackle, bro. That's your problem.
Is there even a true nose tackle anymore? Because nobody.
Again, it's right on my. It's on.
It's always
right
to the left or right of them.
Brother.
I mean, Derek Brown looked like a monster.
I mean, maybe I'm just speaking.
Again, bro. I'm
used to seeing.
Top 25 list that just came out a couple days ago. Number 25 is a true nose right there for y'all to enjoy. All right, so we've hit the 2 hour and 10 minute mark. Honestly, this draft talk has been so asinine that I actually am bothered and have to get out of here.
Yeah.
Because, man, anyone who thinks Micah Parsons is less than transcendent, my friend, you gotta sign up for the Scouting Academy. I don't know what else to tell y'all, brother. But all right, other than that, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go chill with the wife, and I hope everyone has a good night. We'll be back Friday night. Rhino, Damien, hold tight. I want to talk to y'all. All right, peace out, everyone. Have a good night.
Heads up.
Yep.